So I loved the movie. I was really taken back by how funny it was. I want to jump right into the first scene. I feel like, everybody could relate to Leilani. She was like, do you want to kiss me? The whole thing was just, I loved the back and forth of it. I think everyone was rooting for you. But from a guy's perspective, Kumail, how important was that scene to you in setting the movie up?
I think that scene is very important because, a lot of the movie, these two characters are in a rut, right? They're like, they're arguing with each other. They're not getting along. They're not seeing eye to eye. So that first sequence is very important because you want to see that these people are great together, that they genuinely do love each other, and that somehow they've forgotten that or they're not in touch with that right now. So to me, that scene was very, very essential to the rest of the movie working. And for we want the audience to want these people to figure out their problems, right?
Right, right. And Issa, you had said that you had taken a lot of the romance, you got inspiration, the romance from The Big Sick a little bit, and some of the reality from Insecure. Talk about the importance of that those two kind of stories come together.
Yeah, I think the Big Sick had so much realness, and I think that's what I also appreciated. And that's why I was so excited to work with Kumail. Obviously, he's taking that from a personal story, the story of him and his wife, but we wanted to take that real dynamic to the couple on screen. We wanted the couples everywhere to relate to Leilani and Jabron, so that it just didn't feel like, to Kumail's point, that you didn't feel like you were just rooting for an empty couple. And so we tried to load them with things that we related to personally in terms of relationship dynamics and personality traits.
Sure. And you guys talked a little bit about the stunts. Kumail, you did some stunts, the horse, the physical aspect of it. But one of my favorite parts is when you're tapping the shoe and you fall over. Talk about some of the female aspects of being in a comedy and having to play some of that physical part.
Yeah, I think Kumail definitely had it a lot harder than I did, but it is hard to run in heels, so I will take that. And some of those falls were genuine. I think even having to kick through a fake window was still very triggering in many ways, and it was just you just took the scenes as they came and tried to be as graceful about it as possible.
Absolutely. And I think for me, one of the more memorable scenes was when you guys were in the convenience store, coming out of the convenience store. It was the middle of the night. The cops roll by you. You're like, this is it. This is it. And then I think, Issa, you say, oh, it's just regular racists or something. What message do you want viewers to, from that scene particularly? Kumail, we'll start with you.
I think, as someone who's obviously, as a brown guy in America, race is something that is always, I'm always aware of how I'm coming across, right? If I'm in a coffee shop, if I'm in a grocery store, I'm always have to be very aware of how I'm coming across. And I think to a lot of people, that is not a concern. I think people can sort of raise hell in a grocery store and feel like there aren't any consequences. Whereas for us, it's just a very different world. So I think that little moment to us was very important because it sort of shows that that's something that we're always aware of. Like I think for certain people, thank God police are here, and for certain people, they don't have that luxury.
Wow. I would take it to you, Issa, but I think we're out of time. So.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you both. Really enjoyed the movie.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anjali.